Hi everyone, we're from Group 2 and today we're going to present a video of an invention or discovery which has changed our lives. And as you can see on the screen, our topic today is the invention of electronic banking. Before we move on, let me introduce the members of Group 2. It consists of Chesya Mapela Shalom Sitorus, Crisanti Emanuela Kiroyan, Kayla Tua Junior, and Marleva Pancrasia Marianto.
What comes to your mind when you hear e-banking? Online banking, also known as internet banking, web banking, or home banking, is an electronic payment system that enables customers of a bank or other financial institution to conduct a range of financial transactions through the financial institution's website. So, many things you can do with e-banking. Do you want to know more about e-banking? Let's learn with us.
The first part is about the history of e-banking. So e-banking, which also known as electronic banking, is an electronic payment system that enables a consumer of a bank or other financial institutions to conduct a range of financial transactions through the financial institution's website. While the financial institutions took steps to implement the e-banking services in the middle 1990s, many consumers were hesitant to conduct monetary of transactions over the web. It took widespread adoption of electronic commerce based on trailblazing companies such as American Online, Amazon.com, and eBay to make the idea of paying items online widespread. By 2000, 80% of US banks started to offer e-banking and the customers started to grow slowly. For example, at Bank of America, it took 10 years to acquire 2 million of people to use e-banking. However, a significant cultural change took place after the year 2000 scare ended. In 2001, Bank of America became the first bank to top 3 million of online banking customers, more than 20% of its customer base. In comparison, larger national institutions such as Citigroup claimed 2.2 million online relationships globally, while JP Morgan Chase estimated that it had more than 750,000 online banking customers. Wells Fargo had 2.5 million online banking customers, including small businesses. And online banking customers prove that they are more loyal and profitable rather than the regular customers. In October 2001, Bank of America customers executed a record 3.1 million electronic bill payments, totaling more than $1 billion. In 2009, a report by Gartner Group estimated that 47% of US adults and 30% in United Kingdom use online banking. The early 2000s saw the rise of branchless banks as the internet-only institutions. These internet-based banks incur lower overhead costs than their brick-and-mortar counterparts. In the United States, deposits at some banks are FDIC insured and offer the same level of insurance protection as the traditional bank. Neobanks are branchless banks in the United States which are not FDIC insured. The second part is about the advantages of e-banking.
Advantage of e-banking. The first one is instant access 24/7. Online banking allow members 24/7 access to their accounts even at night or on holiday when the bank is closed. As we know, bank will not be open for 24 hours. We cannot withdraw money if the bank has closed. And the only thing that we need is an active internet connection to access our accounts. Online banking facilities also can be availed from any location, which is an advantage for travelers or those who need to transfer money immediately. And the second one is online bill pay. This might be one of the top advantage of online banking because you don't have to take time out of your day to go to the bank or to stand in the queue to pay off your bills. You can simply log into your account and pay your bills online right away. For increased efficiency, you can also set up automated bill payment, which helps your cash flow if you have monthly payment. And and you don't have to keep your receipt of all your bills, as now you can easily view your transaction. The third one is transfer money. The virtual banking system provides convenience to transfer money 24 hours in 365 days. You may need to do a rapid money transfer to a client or vendor, or transfer money from one account to another account instead of sending a registered check and waiting for it to clear. You may securely transfer the money online. And the last one is quality service. Internet banking has improved the quality of service by providing them convenience to perform their transaction at any time during the day. Consumers are able to apply for loan, insurance, and any other service without visiting the bank physically, which shows that the quality of e-banking is fast and effective.
The third part is about the disadvantages of e-banking.
So, what are the disadvantages from the e-banking itself? For the first one is no cashless deposit option, because there is no provision for cash deposits. As we know that the money that we have is physically touched, so you must visit your nearest bank branch or cash deposit machine to deposit your money. The second one, of course, there is it. The second disadvantages from the e-banking is internet requirement. Your access to internet banking service can be hindered in the absence of a stable internet connection. Because as we know that internet is really required here, and it can also be affected when bank servers are down. So make sure when you want to use the e-banking, you have the stable internet, so the activities that you do with the e-banking can go smoothly. The third one is internet fraud. You could become a victim of internet fraud if you do not comply with the security measures prescribed by the bank, such as not setting strong passwords. That's the reason, why we really need to think deeply about what password that we're going to use. The second one is sharing passwords. Don't share it. Keep it private, The third one is or not logging out from your internet banking account. Be aware, Make sure your device is safety and sound in your hand, in your pocket, and yeah.
And the last part is about the difference between e-banking and regular bank.
The last point, I will explain about the difference between electronic banking and traditional bank. First, I want to emphasize that both have the same electronic side. Why? Because as we know that traditional banks also use cards that contain chip. That's why you can call traditional banks also as electronic money too. But for convenience, I will call them traditional banks in here. The first difference is with electronic banking, we only need to use our cell phones, the internet, and also our fingers. We don't need to leave the house or go to the bank to make transactions, because with electronic bank, we can make transactions anywhere and anytime using the electronic banking application in our cell phones. The difference from traditional banks, we need to use a card. That's why we need to make transactions at a place that can access the card, because we cannot access the card anywhere except in the place that facilitates the access to the card, such as banks and many other. The next difference is for electronic banking itself, we need to access internet, while for the traditional banks, we don't need internet access. Furthermore, with electronic banking, you can have more access in many ways compared to the traditional banks, which are more limited. The last difference is for the issues of security, because the traditional bank's firm is a card, so it is prone to loss compared to the electronic banking, which can be accessed more easily because it is internet based. That's all.
In addition, e-banking services are provided by almost all the banks in the country. Nevertheless, the banks use different security tools, and some of these tools need to be improved, particularly for phone banking and home banking services. There are also various laws and policies given by the banks and government in the country. However, there is a need for more investigations on the effectiveness of those policies in handling the concerns of bankers. So that is the end of our presentation. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Thank you.